It's our Mac experience and journeys. Well, y'all kind of know mine a little bit. I kind of just said, well, nah, okay, let me not do that. Okay, yeah, so our Mac experience and journeys. Who wants to go first? Michelle, you gotta go first this time because you made her go first.
Okay, so my Mac experience journey. So how I started working at Mac, it's like a backstory. So long story, I keep saying long story short, and don't be short.
And don't be short.
So let's just talk. How about that?
Yeah, let's just talk. Let's chat. This is girl talk. Chit chat. Come on.
So basically, when I was like 18, 19, I was working at Dillard's at the little edge counter. So if y'all ever been to Dillard's, y'all know that little makeup little area. I was working over there, and y'all know like Mac is in like Dillard's, Nordstrom's, and other little stores. So long story short, I met some people working there, and I stopped doing makeup at the Dillard's because I'll take appointments. Of course, I'm bringing them, like, for instance, I had a little booking site. So instead of having them come to like a booth, I just have them at my little counter because I'm getting paid hourly and have them pay for the appointment. Like, I think that was the smartest thing to do. So I was making my little money on top of my money. And if you work at like little stores like that, you can't accept tips. I wasn't listening to their asses. So long story short, word around town got around because them hoes be messy in makeup. And they snitched because they got mad that I was making some money.
Hoes be messy in makeup. Hashtag.
No, for real. So yeah, most people work in makeup take outside appointments. So I don't know why it's such a sensitive topic for them, but I don't know. Long story short, they fired me. I started doing like luxury handbags at what's it called, North Park, and I was working there for like 2 months. And then one day, this lady who worked for Mac, I'm just going to not say no names. But long story short, this lady who worked for Mac, she was like, she was just in North Park and she seen me. She was like, oh, hey, Mercedes, yeah, we talking. And she asked if I'm still doing makeup. And I was like, no, I'm working in handbags. And she was like, do you like it? And she could tell, like, I ain't really was fucking with it. And she was like, okay, well, you know what? Do you want to work for Mac? And I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, girl, I've been wanting to work for Mac since I was in high school. So I'm like, yeah. So long story short, it was such a blessing. Y'all didn't have to do an interview or nothing. She literally just asked me for my information, put me in the system, and I started working. So like, but that was because like she already knew I could do makeup because like anytime Mac had too many appointments at Dillard's, she'll like send her people to me and I'll do it. So like she knew I could do makeup and she knew I could sell because me and her worked together. I just never worked under her, but she seen my work ethic. So I think that's why she didn't really go through the whole interview process because she already knew me and like knew how I was. But yeah, that was my Mac experience, and I still love Mac to this day. They just never boosted me. Girl, I was gonna be a freelancer until the day I died. Okay.
Okay, you funny. But I have heard people tell me that it is hard to get hired there. I think I don't know. I feel like my experience, I don't know, it was kind of a smooth process for me, but I know everybody's just not the same or whatever. Because I know I had another friend, she was trying to get hired at Mac for a minute.
Are you talking about
I don't think you know her. She's actually from Garland.
Girl, cause okay, so she just.
I didn't know though that it was like that. It was kind of. I just didn't know who just was. But I didn't know. Like I heard some people when I got there too. People were saying like it is a little just dependent on like people be trying to like they be wanting more hours or stuff, or like they be wanting to. So even just hard to get hired. Like, but I feel like now. I mean, even now maybe too. I'm not sure, but I know back then for sure. Like it was kind of hard to get hired. But I don't know. Hell, Miss Mamas.
Me?
Yes.
Well, so I just started working at Mac probably like a month and a half ago, almost 2 months. And my hiring process was, it took me like a little while to get hired, probably like a few months honestly, because I had applied and then it wasn't until like maybe 4 months later or something that I actually got a job. But I did get a job at the Pro Store, which is lit as fuck.
And there's only like 8 pro stores in the whole United States, or not even. I think it's like 7.
Yeah, so I really didn't realize it was such a big deal until
that's why,
motherfuckers was saying something, and I was like, oh, it's hard to get at this store. I didn't know, but you know, I mean, I am me.
Okay.
So I honestly, I've been loving it there. I feel like I've been learning a whole lot. I like my coworkers. Honestly, I love the managers. I like the Mac like culture, and I love that it's fun at work. You know, I like the fact that you can play with so many different things, but you know, when I first started working there, I'm like such a person, like I like to be in my shell. Like I like when it comes to work, if it's not clients, go ahead. If it's not like at the studio, like clients, then I like to work and go home. Like socializing be cool while you're at work, but I really don't like to let people into my business and personal and nothing. So one day one of my managers was like, tell me about you. We just at work, and she like, tell me about you. And I'm like, okay, let me give you the rundown on me real quick. And once I tell her, I'm like, was that like, do you feel better now? And she's like, yeah, I needed that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, because I just come to work and I work, you know. But now I'm starting to like everybody and get to know everybody and stuff, which is cool. And yeah, I've been liking it. I really don't have no complaints. Truly. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's been really fun.
Yes. But me, like I said, if you watch this channel, you already know it. I already said my experience, but I'll recap it again. But yeah, go ahead. But for my Mac experience, my Mac journey, I started at Mac I got hired right before COVID, but I would say my hiring process, it did take a little while too for me to kind of get hired. Like I think I applied like a couple months before, and then I finally heard back like in February of 2020, and I was permanent with them up until April, April of the next year. That's when I decided to just go ahead and be a freelance artist, because I honestly just wanted a little bit more freedom. I love Mac. My experience there was great, honestly. That's why I still freelance with them. Like how Sid was talking about the culture I love. I love the fact that, I mean, it's full of makeup artists, it's full of creatives, it's full of people that do what you do and that love the craft, and for the most part, everybody does what you do. So it's just a good, healthy environment for you to learn and grow in. And so I had a great time. I feel like the people I was surrounded with were very crucial to my growth initially as an artist. Coming in, I was self-taught, but I mean, just being around other, well-seasoned artists was really helpful, honestly. I had a time. Like it was work, but I had fun too. But I ended up leaving to freelance just because I felt like, it just worked better with my schedule. I just kind of, as I was at the Mac counter, I was still freelancing outside of the Mac counter. So I had my makeup room basically set up at home, and I would have my clients come there. But I mean, once it got to a point where it was just really hard to take bookings with working all the time on the weekends at Mac, I just went ahead and moved over to the freelance because it just gave me a lot more flexibility. But that was my kind of journey and experience. It was pretty good.
Is this Laura? Favorite makeup brands? Okay.
Yeah, favorite makeup brands. Okay.
You can go first.
Okay, yeah, I guess because I've been throwing y'all to the wolves.